Hello, this is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. This video is for Johnny in Connecticut, and this is the door lock pump, PSC pump from a 92-600 SEL. So, Johnny, I want to show you how it operates first of all, and then I'm waiting for your input on the lumbar support circuit. So, should I shut it off or should I leave it on? Okay, so first, it's gonna be a little different video. Usually, I have my camera sitting like in a tripod and all that stuff, so I'm doing it with the cell phone, so don't judge me on this one. And there's a big mess on the table right now because I just finished it and I just need to move on to other things, so I just leave all my tools scattered. I'm gonna scoop them up later. Now, first things first, I'm going to activate the pump. I'm gonna run it at about 12 volts. That's kind of like a minimal, and just want to show you the pressures and vacuums, because at this voltage it's going to be a little lower than if it would have been at 13 something volts. Second thing, what was wrong with it? Now, the obvious aspect is the motor itself. I mean, this is a cleaned up motor already, so it's pretty clean, but you hear it. It's like spins one way and the other way I cannot turn it because that's it, it's gone. These are pieces that came out when I was taking the motor out. These are most likely the contact points from armature. That's what it appears to be. So obviously the motor was just on its very last leg. Second problem was the chip. One of the chips burnt out. It was I usually don't go deep into chips on these pumps because it's just a lot of time, a lot of figure out what's going on exactly. First I thought it's the relay control chip because the motor was basically dying, so I replaced it because it's just, I don't really go into chips because I don't have my bench set up to check chips, individual chips. It's just too much and I don't feel like doing it. It's just way too much time. So that was just fine. The relay control chip was fine because obviously you go backwards. Like if the motor fails, what's gonna do? I mean, it's gonna start to cycle relays. They're gonna stay together for longer, so that might not be a good idea. So control chip, the relay control chip, no, it was fine. Then I thought, okay, so check all the voltages on the board, whatever I can see, all the voltages coming. Processor, main processor. I was like, okay, the voltage is going into it, but what's up? So I just changed it to another one I had. No success. And then I changed the chip that does the processor reset, safe power reset and all that, because also that could be damaged because of jump starts or voltage fluctuations and whatnot. So I figured I'll check that out, and I replaced it, and that's it. The pump works now. So most likely it died because of voltage fluctuations, and that was that. So now I just want to show the pressures and vacuums as the usual order of business here, because I usually do not change chips. I just go out and just, you know, just change the motor. Chip's dead or board is dead, too much time, don't have time for it. But this one I wanted to do because the pump was nice internally. So right now we just have power on as if you would to have an engine off, and then you would just want to unlock and lock the car. So we're just gonna go and lock and unlock it. So we're gonna see the pressure and vacuum here. See, the vacuum goes 0.5, which is very nice. And then we're gonna go to pressure. The pressure is a beast at 0.7. This is really nice and high because I don't know if I can, well, it's upside down, yes, I know, but this is vacuum right here. This is pressure. So once more, 0.5, 0.7. The gauge is not super accurate, but the minimum was 0.35. And we have, and again, I'm testing it at 12 volts even. Let's go to 14 volts. Let's just check that. Pressure reached to 0.8 and the vacuum 0.6. So that's pretty good. It's a very nice healthy veins and pump itself. So let me go back down to voltages. And next thing what we're gonna do, we're going to do our pressure and vacuum. This is the vacuum, and this is gonna be our pressure. So just to make it a little more visual, here is our pressure storage tank that works for lumbars. Now I have to just put on the ignition. So put it on the ignition, wait. So what happened right now is the pump created pressure. This little kind of simulation of the pressure storage tank, it's a little plastic bottle obviously, and you can see how pumped up it is, so it holds pressure well. Vacuum, as you can see, vacuum creates real quick and it remains off. The pump must remain off when the engine is on. So pressure and vacuum circuits are good. Okay, so let's move on here. We're doing rear antennas. So the rear antennas, those are the real ones, the little kind of like park assists that come out when you reverse. So they stay up. When I let go of the reverse, it's gonna be a delay and it's going to be vacuum created to pull them back in. Just wait. So that's that. Vacuum was created and pulled antennas in. It still holds the vacuum, so just to keep them down. So that's good. In many cases it jumps back, but it's fine. I mean, it's okay. It's better to have vacuum on the antenna pods because they'll stay in. So that's how it works. One more time. Reverse was activated, not for a long time. So basically, if you activate the reverse, you keep it in reverse for a few seconds, and then you go back into drive or neutral or park, whatnot. So now it's going to be a delay before antennas will go down. As you can see, works just as it should. Now, SFG. SFG is our rear trunk handle. That handle that comes out so you don't get your hands dirty. That was pressure. That's vacuum. Again, I'm doing 12 volts right now. So this is the 12 volt range right there. Okay. So just to keep it at low voltage, the minimal. See, that's the handle that was it actually was extended outwards, and now it went back in when the trunk was closed, the lid was closed. So basically this is where we are with this particular pump. We're actually in good shape. We do not have FKS. See, it's blank here because S600, the 600 SEL, has electric rear headrests, so there is no need for the port, for the headrest, because in, let's say, S320 or 300 SEL or 300 SE or 400 SE, there will be a port here because in those cars headrests are vacuum driven just to drop down, but 600 they go up and down electrically. There are motors in them. So that is where we stand. And once more for the door locks, just to show real quick, pressure is high, vacuum's high, so we're all good to go here. Pretty happy. Before putting the motor in there, I did run it for quite a long time to get a hot to make sure that it doesn't overexpand and bind. None of that is happening. I lined it up very nicely. And we still have pressure in our circuit. The pump does not cycle. If there is a leak in the circuit, see, I'm going to try to create a leak. See, the pump pump cycles. Every time I release pressure, the pump cycles on and off. So we have a little, let's just see a little leak. This is my point. When the pump cycles, just like this, this is really, really bad for the pump. See, I'm duplicating the leak inside your bolsters. So this is the problem with bolsters. When they leak, the pump will burn, because as you can see, it cycles on and off, on and off, on and off. And it cannot really do that for a prolonged period of time. If the leak is large, you will sense it. But if the leak is small, it's not large, it will not sense it. So it will burn the motor. So we don't want that to happen. Okay, so this was a little longer than usual video. So I'm still waiting for your input on the bolsters. Should I just shut them off, internally inside the pump, or leave them on, leave them active? So, and after that, basically it's all ready to go, ready to be put into a vehicle, and it's a good working pump at this point. All right, so this is all for now. This is Victor at HistoriaMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.